And then you've got RBNY Columbus. RBNY Columbus it's a good game, right? You got Columbus who came out flying and smashed FCC 4-0 while Red Bull grind out this 1-0 win versus Atlanta. And I think it's clear to say that Red Bull clearly had the easier of the two games. No, I'm just kidding. Columbus walked through their game while Red Bull sweated it out. And even though Columbus had the easier game, they showed why they're one of the favorite teams, right? They showed that it doesn't matter who they're playing, they are going to beat down on whoever they play against. Zella Ryan's a straight-up G. That dude can ball. He's going to be so good this year. In this tournament, after the tournament's over, he's gone in 2 years for mad money. Like, he is going to be a record sold player one day. Red Bull have Kaku, who's similar in position and play style, but Zella Ryan's just so much better. I don't think anybody can argue that. So if I'm Columbus, they need to keep pedal on the floor, right? Keep playing your high-paced attacking football. I'm watching Zella Ryan and Zardes and anybody who plays on the wings, Santos, and insert winger here that isn't Derek Etienne because he'll never start. Just to get a ruse. Anybody who isn't watching, Adam just threw a fit. I'm watching those guys to see if they can keep putting together these crazy attacks that they have. And for Red Bull, I want to see Red Bull do the same exact thing they did against Atlanta. Come out with a game plan, execute the game plan. If it means getting a point, a 0-0 point, go get a 0-0 point, man. I don't care. Get across the line. So for me, I'm watching Tom Barlow because he was actually, while he didn't score, relatively influential in the game plan because he chased down the long balls on counterattacks, and he also held the ball up when we were trying to build a little bit. He had the layoff to Kaku before Kaku played the ball in because his only job is to play backwards. So I want to see how he plays in there. I don't think Brian White. I was trying to think of generic names, and Brian White just didn't come to me. I don't think Brian White gets a start in this game. I think he had a knock, so I think he's still recovering from that. So Barlow's a guy. But listen, 1-0 isn't pretty. 3 points is 3 points. If Red Bull need to get out of there again 1-0, get out of there 1-0. If you need to get out 0-0, get out 0-0. But play the same way you played against Atlanta. That's how you want to attack this game because Columbus are too good all around the pitch to just let you walk through. So you need to sit in. You need to defend like hell. You need to counter hard, play the ball, lay it off, combine up top, run on through, just like we did for the goal. Do it again. You might see some success in this game. However, I'm not confident. I don't think this is going to be a great game for us. With Atlanta, I've seen us play well against Atlanta multiple times. When we play Columbus, we always crap the bed. So I'm going to go 2-0 Columbus because we can't play against Columbus.
Yeah, that Columbus game was gross. Like, I'm all for teams, like, outscoring and just, outplaying the other team. That's literally what the sport is about. But there were genuinely certain points, and obviously I don't like Cincinnati, but you genuinely felt bad for them at some points. Like, that genuinely seemed unfair.
When Adam says he feels bad for FCC,
I mean, Columbus, it wasn't necessarily a game of Columbus being really good, which of course they were. Cincinnati looked really bad, and I get the feeling Columbus didn't go out of first gear, which if you can score 4 goals, doesn't matter who against in this league, without getting out of first gear, dear God, I'm terrified of what they're going to do this year. Whereas Red Bull, I think, needed to kind of – granted, Atlanta weren't at their best, but I felt like Red Bull needed to be, let's say 90% of their maximum effort to get that win, whereas they're going to need to be at like 150 to do anything against Columbus if that's the way they're going to look. But yeah, I mean this game, I just can't see. I can't see Red Bull doing anything if Columbus are going to look the way they did.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just checking something real quick before we move on.
That game could have been like 10-0. I generally feel like Columbus stopped trying to score at one point.
Oh, they did.
They're like, yeah, we're good.
This is the impact, and we could talk about this all day. This is the impact of Darlington Nagbe. Nagbe shut down anything that they had and just let the front four do whatever they wanted.
I mean, you saw what the lack of Nagbe did for Atlanta.
Yeah.
You could see it in his absence and in his presence.
Man, we could sit here all day and talk about Nagbe's influence on anything. We could, but we'd be here all day because that is a very that's if we were hosting a coaching podcast, Darlington Nagbe could be his own episode because he just offers so much to a team.
I mean, in fairness, Atlanta played a 3-4-3 with two of the most immobile center midfielders I've ever seen next to each other.
I don't know if Atlanta has a mobile center midfielder.
I mean, you brought on Jeff to play when you were already losing.
My name's Jeff.
Yeah, I don't.
Right?
I don't know that
was
one.
Jeff next to Mo Adams, or
Probably.
I forget.
He didn't even bring on Remedi either. He brought on Jeff before Remedi.
Yeah, and we were all laughing when he came on because 38-year-old Jeff Lorenowitz in a two-man midfield is not to the answer.
Yeah, the DeBoer special.
Short of him going on the field, I didn't think you guys were going to pull that off.